open the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
So, got to be honest, the Bulldog picked a really good week to take vacation.
Purposely done.
Sports lull of sorts, no doubt about it, now that basketball and hockey have wrapped up for their seasons. And
you know he does this every year.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't blame him, man. It's perfect. But there was some sports there last night with soccer.
Yeah, we got plenty to cover still this morning. The United States men's team grabs a 4-3 shootout win over Costa Rica in the Gold Cup quarterfinal, so they'll be moving on. Good news for the U.S. men's team. As long as we're starting with soccer, I guess not so good news for Orlando City, who lost at home to Cincinnati 2-1 at the Purple Palace on Saturday night, Taco.
Yeah, back to that men's game, the U.S. men's team. Mm-hmm. I actually watched the last half of that game and the shootout and everything, and I think that's like their replacement goalie right now.
How did you happen to come across that? I didn't.
Because my buddies were texting on Saturday saying, hey, why don't we get together? The game starts at 7. And I thought, not a chance in hell, because I work Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to just, chill at home. And I thought, why don't I turn it on?
So it was an excuse to watch something and just chill for a while.
Yeah, it was great.
Works. Yeah. That works. Let's see what else we got. Some NASCAR action from over the weekend. It was an early weekend. Xfinity Series race was on a Friday night in Atlanta. Nick Sanchez gets that win. And then on Saturday night in the Cup race, Chase Elliott wins after passing Brad Keselowski on the final lap. This race took forever. It was loaded with wrecks, and it just dragged on and on. It was the start of this in-season NASCAR bracket tournament challenge that they're doing.
Oh, yeah, the one that is even more confusing than something that's already confusing.
I have tried to sort through this, and I just don't understand exactly what they're doing. And I follow NASCAR, so I don't know if this grand experiment is going to be something that's going to go past this year's attempt at it. I give them credit, though, for trying something different.
I give him credit for trying to interest more people, and you are a diehard. You say that you follow it. I say one step further. You're a diehard, and if you can't understand it, yeah, that's not looking good. How about the F1 desk?
Speaking of diehards, with the lights out at the F1 desk, our F1 insider, Taco Bob, still hanging out in Austria after the Austrian Grand Prix on Sunday. What do you got for us, Taco Bob, there from the F1 desk?
Yes, F1 diehard Taco Bob here.
Yeah.
Our winner was not who I thought. I thought it was going to be Piastri. He took a smooth runner-up to Lando Norris, taking first place yesterday. Race time, 9 a.m.
So 1-2 finish from McLaren at the Red Bull Ring. The home country favorite, Max Verstappen. Did you see what happened to him, F1 Insider?
I would have, but I was busy.
Okay. He was wrecked by Kimi Antonelli at Mercedes on the first lap in the third turn. Both of them out of the race.
How that taste?
Antonelli is going to be penalized for next week's British Grand Prix at Silverstone. He'll be knocked back 3 places in the starting grid wherever he ends up qualifying for that for his actions during yesterday's race. It was completely reckless.
So are we talking about... Does it? I'm the F1 insider.
Sure, yes, we all know that.
Yet I don't know everything about the actual F1. Is it everybody's coming down on Verstappen, or have they been this whole time?
No. This was
And yes, people, I know it's Verstappen. I call it Verstappen because he's always strapping on a win or a wreck.
Kimi's very, very young. It's his first year in F1, and he just made a bad mistake, and he owned it as soon as it happened, and he apologized to Verstappen and their team as well.
Okay.
Golf had an interesting finish yesterday. The Rocket tournament there in Detroit. We ended up with 3 players in a playoff that ended up going 5 holes, Taco.
I flipped by that when it was on the 4th hole, looked at the names on the leaderboard, and I said, yeah, I'm not wasting my time with this.
Aldrich Potgieter, 20 years old. I believe he's South African. Ends up winning in the playoff. Max Grazerman, he finished over him, and then another dude, he dorked it out and didn't make it to the fifth hole, but there were three of them in there.
Three names I don't even know, and I follow golf like you do NASCAR.
So the guy who won, get this, Taco, it's his first PGA Tour win. His father travels with him to the tournaments because he's not old enough to rent a car yet.
But he just won a tournament and could buy 6 cars with the money.
Yeah, wins the Rocket Classic from Detroit. So it was a really good finish to that tournament.
That's awesome.
So anyway, and then we had some big NBA news over the weekend. LeBron James is exercising his $52.6 million option for the upcoming 25-26 season. He will play for the Lakers, but anything beyond that, probably seriously not going to happen, as LeBron is now 40 years old, going into his 23rd NBA season, and it really kind of got out there that his family would like him to, especially his wife, would like him to consider, perhaps stepping away from the game after another season or two. So,
yeah, I mean, not only playing the game, that even though we can't stand LeBron and a lot of people don't like him, he has played a very storied career very well, and running the league at the same time, that's a lot. Being
the commissioner, that's a lot on the plate at any given time. Yeah. $52.6 million for the upcoming season. Unbelievable. James Harden also, he has signed a new 2-year deal with the Clippers. He'll be making some serious bank as well, but he'll stay with the Clippers, who had a surprisingly good season. And a couple of Major League Baseball notes yesterday. The Tampa Bay Rays lose to Baltimore. The final was 5-1. The Miami Marlins 6-4 winners over Arizona. The Rays will host the A's today. Marlins host the Twins. And one sad note, Dave Parker, the 2-time World Series champion, 7-time All-Star Pittsburgh Pirate.
Yeah.
Big Dave passed away on Saturday at 74.
That guy was a legend.
Yeah, absolutely. So he is never going to be forgotten by Pirates fans. That's for sure. So
R.I.P. VIP.
There you go. For not having a lot going on in sports, I think we covered a lot, Taco Bob.
Handled it, Lynch. You're well done.